What's going on, everybody? It's Jay Wilson, and today is one of those weird videos that I have to preface with, does size really matter? I think that question's been asked a lot in life, but does size really matter for your fish in terms of aquariums? And today I'm gonna go over a lot of tips and things that I look for and things that I do to make sure that my aquarium is the right size for the fish that I'm keeping or that I want to keep. And we'll discuss what these fish are doing in this aquarium when they shouldn't be. Oh, I almost forgot. Subscribe. It helps the channel grow, and share this video and leave a comment because I do read them. I do read them. Some of you are turds. All right, so that question has been asked, I don't even want to know how many times. And honestly, I can only imagine how many times you, not including myself, have ever asked, could I keep this fish in that aquarium? Or can I keep this in this size aquarium? And honestly, the answer is usually no if you're having to ask. But there are things that I do that I wanted to share with you that I truly believe can help potentially make the best decision for you, but more importantly, for your fish. So do me a favor. Right now in the comments, let me know what size was the first aquarium that you ever kept. Now, the first one for me would be just a bowl. Now, was my comet goldfish or comet, I don't even know if they're goldfish, honestly. I don't pay attention to that fish that much, but I remember having one, and I remember having one for 9.5 years, and he lived in a bowl, literally a bowl or a large dish. And it progressively got bigger, the bowl and the fish. And ultimately, looking back, I realized, well, he was never in the right aquarium anyways, ever. Not even when I got him. And so as I progressed and learned, I made mistakes along the way. And I'm hoping that this video doesn't put you in the same position. I'm hoping that this video can give you the answers you're looking for so that you don't make those same decisions. Because here is the deal. Buy the biggest possible aquarium that you can buy right now. If you are somebody that is just getting into the hobby, or if you are looking to get an aquarium after taking a step back from keeping fish, buy the biggest possible one. If you ask me if you should get a 75-gallon and I tell you get a 90-gallon, I am telling you that because you will be far happier with a 90-gallon. And if you say, well, I don't have enough money for that 90-gallon right now, then I will tell you to wait until you do. Because here's just a little tip. The footprint of a 75 left to right and front to back is identical to a 90-gallon aquarium. The only difference is height. But you get more gallons, which means you could potentially keep a larger fish or more fish. So whenever you're looking at buying a new aquarium, think the biggest you can possibly go, or search the dimensions in which the space is that you're going to be putting that aquarium. Now, I always like to say is have the space first, then you know what size aquarium, then you can look at specific fish. Now here's the thing. If you get your aquarium, and we'll stick with the rule of 75 or 90-gallon aquarium, so we'll go with 90-gallon aquarium. If you have room for a 90-gallon aquarium, do not think that you can cram 15 Oscars in that aquarium because you're buying them at 2 inches. We have to realize that the fish that we're keeping is going to reach a maximum size. So we have to realize that that maximum size may not be for a few years, and well, we don't have much space right now, and we have no plans to move for that fish. So if I cram so many in that small aquarium, we're gonna have problems as we go along. And those problems come to a lot of feeding, a lot of water changes, not the right habitat. And then on top of it, where do I put these other fish? We sure as heck don't wanna put them inside a pond or a lake or a body of water around our neighborhood. We have to stop those things. We have to stop over flooding rescues and places that will hold fish, because we have to start making the right decisions up front before we make the mistakes and regret what we did and ultimately maybe not be in the hobby anymore. So for instance, this is a 36 by 22 by 22 aquarium. I got this specifically for an area in my old house, moved, and well, it fit perfectly in front of this pillar. However, these fish in here do not belong in here. These fish get big, probably about 6.5 inches a piece. They were in a 6-foot tank previously, which I have a lot of things that are transpiring all at the same time, and I needed a place to house them because I don't want to get rid of my fish. Now, sometimes I have to, but these fish I didn't want to get rid of. So I took them from a 6-foot aquarium to a 3-foot aquarium, along with catfish. Immediately, it was not exactly what I wanted it to be. It was a hoedown. It was noon in the center of town, and everybody was going bang because they don't belong in a 3-foot tank. Gallon size doesn't always matter. So size of the gallons don't always matter. What matters is you have the right swimming space, the right fish in there for the specific aquarium. So these fish will do well in a 6-foot aquarium or larger. And that's where they're going. Well, if you're watching this now or the next few days, well, they're gonna be in a 6-foot aquarium again. So I was using this as a hold aquarium. These ideas and thoughts don't pertain specifically to a holding aquarium. They specifically play to a final place that they're going to live. So when you're thinking about keeping a specific fish, well, make sure you have the right space for that aquarium that they need. And well, when in doubt, buy the biggest possible aquarium that you can buy. And if you want a specific aquarium, but you don't have enough funds for it, just wait, save. There are plenty of things you can do, including looking at Facebook Marketplace or joining a club that maybe there's folks that are reselling aquariums. There are plenty of used aquariums that are in great working order that you can purchase for, well, way less than what it would cost you to buy a new one. Doesn't mean you don't have to buy a new one, because I certainly enjoy buying new, shiny glass boxes. So remember, size does matter. I don't care what your girlfriend said or what your husband said. Size does matter when it comes to fish. So if you're looking to keep larger African cichlids, you're gonna have to be in that 6-foot range. If you're keeping smaller African cichlids, like let's say Mbuna or smaller peacocks, then yeah, you could probably get away with a 75, 90, maybe even 100 gallons. So that 4-foot to 5-foot range. But honestly, the bigger end of the spectrum, the better. And it's not just better for you, it's better for the fish. And the reasons are pretty easy. Well, it's better for you because it's less maintenance. More gallons means, well, less room for error. Bigger aquariums, less room for error. Now the upfront is gonna cost you more, but in the long run, you're gonna save some time and you're gonna save a lot of heartache of anything that could potentially go wrong in a smaller aquarium. And for your fish, it's far better. They get to live as natural as they can. They get to feel more comfortable. They'll display way more characteristics that they would in the wild inside your aquarium than they would if you cram them in. The only thing that has changed from these guys is they don't school as tight because it's a smaller aquarium, and the male is a jerk. And the females have no place to go, and I ultimately feel bad. So sometimes I go in there and make sure that I move stuff around to deflect the male from the female. But at the end of the day, this is not permanent. So size does matter when it comes to keeping fish. Make sure you know the right size aquarium for the fish that you want to keep. And it's not the 2-inch baby fish, the fry, that you purchase, or the juvenile fish. It's for the full-grown fish. Think about it. You didn't buy a 600 square foot home for your family of 7 that you were potentially having. You bought a home that you can grow into. And ultimately, if you didn't, well, you're gonna outgrow that home and you're gonna want a bigger home. Well, fish can't talk. Fish are friends. Help your friend. Get the biggest possible aquarium you can get for the fish that you wanna keep, and it'll be fun. It'll be great, and that's what she said. Thank you so much for watching. You know what's next. Holla! Well, you stayed past the holla. And, well, this might have been what you were looking for. This isn't motivation. This isn't inspiration. This is real. This is something that I think you should be doing. We should be doing. You need to start putting just as much work into your job, your friendships, your career, your financial stability, your yard, your kids, your everything, as you do resharing the crap that you share on the internet. You should put as much energy and as much passion as you put into your standpoint on politics or religion or what he did and what she did and what Karen said and what Paul said. I apologize to any Pauls and Karens. I'm just using those as filler names. You need to be just as passionate about what you do each and every day as you are for the lame that happens on the resharing and the perpetuation of false and fake and made up. If you researched in high school or college or even today as much as you research conspiracy theories and what ifs and all of the other things, well, you'd be much further along. I know I would. So it's a challenge. Do less of that and more of the same emotional impact to other things. Be more involved with things. Be more involved with your yard, because honestly, your yard looks like trash. Edge a little bit better. Pull up some weeds out of the garden beds. And I'm not talking to myself. Okay, maybe I'm talking to myself a little bit. But you have to be more passionate about what you do in the things that actually matter. Because if you do, life will be far more meaningful. And that chapter that you are writing right now is going to be one that you look back on and say, whoa, that was pretty amazing. Instead of, hey kids, remember that one time I shared that meme about that politician? It was funny, wasn't it? Nobody cares. But we care about you and what you do. So go be passionate about yourself. Be passionate about your career. I'll be here. And I'll see you Wednesday because, well, that's when I do live videos. So bring your passion there and let's chat. All right? Toodles for now. Enjoy your week.